I think the Flint City Bucks are going to be a great asset for Flint, something that the entire city and community can take a lot of pride in. There's so many great things happening in Flint right now, downtown Flint. There's, just lots of really positive things. A lot of these positives have been overshadowed by water and some other things, but I think something like the soccer club can be kind of a lightning rod to get people excited to come downtown, to check it out, almost like an excuse to come downtown.
I believe that if we're successful as previous Bucks teams were in the PDL team, it will bring a lot of people to our games, and by bringing a lot of people to our games, people will be coming to Flint and they'll be going to the local stores here and they'll boost the local economy, and they'll also spend more time here and look to do something other than just come to the game. It won't be a trip where it's, oh, we're just watching the soccer, but maybe we'll go out to eat after or before.
First off, Flint's an amazing community. It's obviously in the process of being revitalized. It's gone through a lot. I think that soccer is going to play a huge role and a big step in the revitalization of that city. I think it has a long way to go. I think soccer is certainly a big step in the right direction.
Well, I think soccer will help revive the city of Flint by bringing us something new that we never had here before. I think anytime we have visitors come into Flint, they'll be exposed to Flint, and maybe hopefully they'll want to come back and possibly bring some friends with them and some dollars to help stimulate our local economy.
I think soccer's going to be kind of a anchoring point for us in Flint here with the Flint City Bucks coming here and being active now in our community.
So I think it's going to be something that the community of Flint are going to get behind and have something to cheer about. And everything we're about is going to be work ethic, hard work, community, and togetherness. So it's going to be an extremely exciting time for Flint.
We had a mission statement when we started out in 1996, and it has changed a couple of times, as you can imagine, over the past couple of decades. But we have two underlying themes that haven't changed, and our goal is to help promote young players to get to achieve their dream of getting to play professional soccer here or abroad. And we have players playing professionally in over 10 countries around the world, as well as a lot of players playing in MLS. So developing players is first and foremost. And the second part for me was winning. If we're going to do this, we're going to win. We're going to be the best team that we can be. And we've won more championships than any team. We've set the standard. So my coaching staff and the players that we recruit, they know they're coming here to go to another level. It's not just fun and games or a place to hang out in the summer and have a couple of beers. If they're coming to play here, they're planning on going to the next level. That hasn't changed. Our mission has changed a bit from starting in Saginaw, coming to Detroit, and now starting back up in Flint. So the venue has changed a little bit, but the mission hasn't. I think that the most important thing, as you go back to our mission statement, is helping the kids. It's a fact that kids all over the world, when they're not focused on something, especially sports, they tend to get into trouble, or they are focused on things that are not positive for them. So we know that if the kids can get into an environment to learn the game of soccer and appreciate the game of soccer, we'll take the great athletes and the ones that really have the heart and want to make it. We will, as we've done everywhere, help as many kids as we can get college scholarships where they can actually get a college education for free through the game of soccer. And that's very exciting. And I see that starting an academy up there, I can see 50 to 100 kids, both boys and girls, a year getting college scholarships within 5 years coming just from our program. And we're just a part of a small piece of it. There are so many tentacles that we can reach out to grow. But I think that's where it starts. It's with the kids.
I think soccer is a global sport for one, and I think it could revive the city of Flint when you have kids' interest and participation in the sport. I think you look at the sport of soccer over the last 3 years, and the one thing I noticed, I read a study, I think it's Soccer, Sports and Fitness from the New York Times, that says the rate or the percentage of soccer players aged 6 to 12 has dropped about 14%. So in America here in the United States, to grow the sport, you have to have more kids' participation. And in having more kids' participation, you have to have different types of programs, different types of organizations that come in and help out, with maybe doing camps, promoting the sports through different channels. Maybe coaches or past players or current players could go out and teach kids at different local schools. I think that would definitely help with the sport in Flint. So the game of soccer coming in there would definitely create an awareness. I think it'll definitely raise the percentage of kids looking to play the sport, because as of right now, I think the percentages are low. And I think we coaches or players could do a better job. Obviously with the water crisis over the years, a couple of years that they've been through, I think the sport growing gives the kids a new lease of life, with devastations of, where to live and providing for families and the work community. I think, promoting the sports would definitely kind of take their mind off of that. And just little things like that would definitely promote the sport. But that awareness has to be created in Flint, and I think with the Flint City Bucks coming into the area of Flint, I think that would definitely help out. And just getting the kids out there for the most part to play, I think that's very important. So I joined the Bucks in 2006. In the first year, we won our national title in Texas. And then 2 years later on, I went on to play for the Charleston Battery in South Carolina. And then the year later, I went to go play for Colorado Rapids in the MLS. So the Bucks has definitely given me a lot, exposed me to a lot of different players, different people in the aspect of the game. And then it's definitely opened my eyes as far as the sport goes, because I remember when I was down in Colorado, and they asked me, hey, where are you from? Where did you go to college? I said, I went to Toledo, I'm from the Midwest. And they're like, Midwest, what's out there? What's in Michigan? What's in Ohio? I'm like, yeah, we have soccer there. And so the norm or the notion down in the western part of the nation of the Midwest is there's nothing here. When you talk about Michigan, all they think about is, the 2008 crisis that we went through, the car crisis that we went through, and the bankruptcy problems that we had here in Michigan. So they feel like the sport will never ever grow here in the state of Michigan. But I think when kids come out to watch the Flint City Bucks play, I think kids who haven't had the opportunity to learn the sport, they look at the players, they look at how the game is played. I think that would definitely inspire them. But something new to the city of Flint, something to create some type of awareness, something that the city of Flint really needs. I think the Flint City Bucks brings that to the table, and I think it'll create a lot of awareness this summer and for the years to come.
Being in a community like Flint, which is a great sports town, a great sports history, but doesn't really have a whole lot going on these days, especially in the professional levels. So the Firebirds have done a wonderful job on the hockey side, and we're going to be similar to that, bringing top college-age talent for soccer. There are a lot of great youth teams and clubs in the Flint area, in the whole mid-Michigan area. And so there's a lot of these young kids that want to aspire to play pro soccer. We're going to bring the highest level players right to their backyard. So I think we'll do really well in the soccer community, and I think the outpouring that we've gotten so far from the corporate businesses, Chamber of Commerce, the mayor's office, the people there in Flint, they're just really excited about it. And after 24 years of doing the same thing, sometimes you can get fatigued and you lose some of the appreciation. But our press conference up in Flint was very exciting for all of us to see that freshness from the people up there that are really excited to have us. So I think it's just going to be a home run for everybody.